Speaking of big trading partners, President Trump says he's ending trade talks with Canada, citing an anti-tariff ad campaign by the province of Ontario. Now, it includes excerpts from a 1987 radio address given by Ronald Reagan, in which he says tariffs hurt Americans.
But over the long run, such trade barriers hurt every American worker and consumer.
CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand joins us from the White House with more on this major development. Natalie, good morning. Great to see you again. Explain President Trump's reasoning here. I mean, this was an ad campaign for one province. Canada, the nation, is the second largest trading partner of the U.S. So what does this all mean?
Yeah, in a new social media post this morning, President Trump says, quote, Canada cheated and got caught, referencing this ad, which essentially spliced together clips from President Reagan's 1987 address, which he was justifying some targeted tariffs being used that year on Japan, but the speech was largely about free trade. But the Reagan Presidential Foundation actually put out a statement yesterday saying that the clips were essentially misrepresenting the speech. The president reposted that in his announcement that he was terminating trade negotiations. He also alleged that the ad was done to interfere with the U.S. Supreme Court case on tariffs, oral arguments scheduled for early next month. Now, we do have a brand new response from Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, who spoke to reporters before departing for Asia. Take a listen.
And we stand ready to pick up on that progress and build on that progress when the Americans are ready to have those discussions, because it will be for the benefit of workers in the United States, workers in Canada, and families in both of our countries. Now, what we can control...
So, essentially saying that he wants to restart talks when President Trump is ready. Also note that President Trump also leaving for Asia later today for these key economic summits set to take place next week. Now, the White House economic advisor Kevin Hassett, speaking to Fox Business this morning, was asked about the president's announcement and said he thinks that the president has been frustrated for some time about lack of progress with Canadian trade negotiations, and that maybe it's good to take a break.
Interesting. We'll keep watching that. Natalie, I want to ask you about a new lawsuit which is challenging the administration's East Wing demolition, which is already complete. So you wonder what the point is, but help us understand what's happening there.
Yeah, this was a lawsuit filed by an individual couple trying to halt the demolition. But as you noted, that demolition is pretty much finished after we saw those excavators out there all this week. But the suit alleges that the administration violated the Historic Preservation Act. But what's important to note, Errol, is that there's actually an exemption for some key buildings here in Washington, D.C., including the White House. So the White House arguing that they had the legal authority to do this, but that they will also submit formal construction plans for the actual construction of the ballroom. We also learned from a White House official that some of the historic artifacts that were in the East Wing have now been taken to be preserved, Errol.
Still remarkable to see. Natalie Brand with all the latest from the White House. Thank you so much.